Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Scorpio December 31, 2024. With the moon in your work and health sector all day, you tend to focus on the practical things or your daily affairs that need attention. As the sun transits your solar house these days, relating cooperatively with a significant person in your life figures strongly, and the goal is to interact as equals and see someone as a whole rather than focusing on the flaws. Even so, there is some tendency to rebel if you feel too close for comfort today and tomorrow. Give others, and yourself, extra space today for the best results, since feeling restricted can create unnecessary problems. There is good energy for attention to work and health matters, although if you've let some things go, you're likely to have a chaotic time. Later today, more clarity is likely, particularly as you sort out your feelings and needs. Communication can help center you. You don't tend to be the most spontaneous zodiac sign of the bunch. With the crab as your symbol, you tend to be timid rather than impulsive as you assess the landscape and sink into your shell if things ever get a bit messy. Unfortunately, today is bringing rocky energy to all relati. On ships, especially romantically. In fact, one of your friends or someone in your network may be acting a bit chaotic and wild, which in itself leaves you feeling defensive about your personal and intimate life. If this is the case, let them know you don't want any of their funny business. Who can you trust? You might feel unexpectedly different about a colleague when Venus in Aquarius squares Uranus retrograde in Taurus. A so-called work friend could show their true colors today. It might not be that shocking if you already felt like something was up. Maybe they had said or done something in the past that clued you into their true feelings. Regardless, their actions might be non-negotiable this time around. You do not have to cut them off, but you should distance yourself for the time being. Feeling a little blocked lately, emotionally or physically? This might have something to do with a tense period you're going through, where things tend to get a little bottlenecked. Keep all channels open with plenty of water and fresh vegetables and at least a few virtual yoga classes or whatever exercise releases your tension the best. Try to do this whenever you are subjected to a lot of stress, rather than putting it off until afterwards. You will be much happier. It's a brand new day, and the beginning of another cycle. Use the essence of this day to get something going. Perhaps you have a new software program to improve efficiency that you want to install, or maybe you've come up with a fresh way to tackle an old problem. Whatever the case, or whatever you have on your agenda, using something different will likely prove to be quite successful. Don't let a fear of rejection or failure keep you from stepping up to the plate. Just go for it. That the moon will spend the final hours of its last visit to a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart at a friendly aspect to Neptune in an adventurous part, and then spend its early hours in your work sector at a friendly aspect to forces on the income and career fronts, might send some mixed messages. What this won't do is see the focus shift from one side of life's fence to the other, with the moon giving you a window into the two very different sides of life's fence that will both remain active for the rest of this year and as you move into the new year. The moon is wrapping up its last visit to your romantic sector for the year with a friendly aspect to dreamy Neptune in an adventurous part of your chart. While the moon formed a friendly aspect to Saturn there yesterday, and this has already brought the spirit of romance and adventure together, as the planet of hopes and dreams, Neptune adds some special magic to the mix. Our eyes in the sky. Unexpected changes might ripple through your commitments as Venus in Aquarius squares Uranus retrograde in Taurus. While these shifts may catch you off guard, they are not necessarily negative. In fact, the mutual reception between Venus and Uranus hints at the possibility of something positive emerging from the unexpected. Think of it as life nudging you toward a new perspective. To navigate this energy, you might need to adjust your expectations and embrace a give-and-take mindset. Have you ever noticed how some of the best things in life happen when you least expect them? These are moments when flexibility and openness can pave the way for incredible opportunities, particularly in relationships or financial matters. Change can feel intimidating, but it often leads to growth. Sometimes stepping outside your comfort zone is the first step toward meaningful progress. Reflect on a time when an unforeseen detour brought you to a place or an outcome that was better than anything you could have planned. This is your chance to lean into the energy of transformation and see where it takes you. Whether it's exploring new dynamics in a relationship, reconsidering financial plans, or taking on a challenge you've been avoiding, now is the time to act. It's also an excellent moment to deepen your understanding of your current circumstances and identify ways to improve your future. You may feel an inner urge to confront lingering challenges. Have you ever had a moment of clarity about what needed to change in your life? That kind of realization can be empowering. It allows you to move forward with purpose, setting clear priorities and turning aspirations into achievable goals. At the same time, communication could feel a little more complicated than usual. Your directness, while efficient, might come across as too strong or even confrontational. Have you ever found that adjusting your tone or framing your words differently led to a much smoother conversation? Being mindful of how you communicate can prevent misunderstandings and build stronger connections. If disagreements arise, consider the value of compromise. Letting someone else have the last word doesn't mean you've lost. It can be a gesture of maturity and a way to maintain harmony. Over time, this approach can strengthen relationships and foster deeper trust. This period might also bring feelings of frustration or irritability to the surface, especially if you're feeling stretched thin. Have you ever found yourself snapping at someone and then realizing it had more to do with your own stress than the situation at hand? These moments are reminders to pause, reflect, and address what's really bothering you. Channeling these emotions into something constructive like exercise, creative pursuits, or simply stepping away for a breather can help you find your equilibrium again. Limiting your interactions to those you feel most comfortable with during times of heightened emotion can also create a safe space for reflection and healing. Your work-life balance may come under scrutiny, urging you to make adjustments that prioritize both productivity and joy. Have you been pushing yourself too hard, neglecting moments of relaxation or activities that genuinely bring you happiness? Reassessing your schedule and carving out time for yourself and loved ones can create a more harmonious routine. Thoughtful planning during this time can transform fleeting moments of inspiration into lasting success. What small changes could you make today to bring more balance and fulfillment into your life? Financially, the stars are aligned for promising opportunities. Whether it's identifying smart investments or spotting a great deal, your instincts are sharp. Have you ever stumbled upon a financial opportunity that felt tailor-made for you? Moments like these are reminders of the rewards that come from paying attention and acting decisively. Trust yourself and your ability to discern what's truly beneficial, but don't hesitate to seek advice if you need a second opinion. Sometimes, the guidance of someone you trust can reveal angles you hadn't considered. Flexibility will be a key theme as you navigate the days ahead. Plans may need to shift, and while this might initially feel like a setback, these adjustments often lead to creative breakthroughs. Think back to a time when an unplanned change ended up being a blessing in disguise. By embracing these moments, you open yourself to solutions and paths that might not have been visible otherwise. Change, as unsettling as it may be, is often the catalyst for personal growth and unexpected progress.